right, Coach, I think we're ready to roll. Why don't you, just like normal, get us started with your opening statement?
Yeah, very hard-fought game, just like we thought. Playing Armory, really, really physical for 4 quarters. Positives, thought our defense physically in the trenches in particular our inside kids, I thought they fought and scratched and clawed in there and did a really good job of not giving an inch. And they moved us a little bit throughout the course of the 70 snaps, but there wasn't a lot of movement up front. I thought our kids on the perimeter played really hard, flew around, tried to get off blocks, tried to make plays. Disappointing from defense was 3 big plays. We did a really good job. They ran probably 60 snaps for about 195 yards or 200 yards, and then they had 3 snaps for about 195 yards. So of the 63 running plays, they equaled their total in 60 snaps with the 3 big plays. One play we had a pressure on, not a good call by me in that situation. We tried to pressure them early. We had some success with it in 18, but we could have stopped them like we did all day. The next time we just overran it. We had 2 guys there and just one guy overran it, and the quarterback cut back, and he's really good, credit to him. The third one was a 3rd and forever, and we had 3 guys with a chance to tackle him for a loss. And again, credit to our quarterback's a good player. We had him. We had him dead. It would have been 4th and forever, and then he wiggled off, and then we didn't have Chase contained. So the 3 big plays, we held them to 23 points. They got a short field after the block punt. We held them to a field goal, so we really held them to 20 points. And a couple more plays, we're probably holding them to 10 to 14 points, and really playing in a position of not that 23 is bad, but we could have even held them down even lower than that. So we got a lot of stops. They'd punted twice all year. We made them kick the ball 6 times in one game. So it was a lot of good efforts. Special teams, obviously, there was some stuff that was okay, and then we had 2 bad plays on the punt. We got to shore up our punt stuff, which we will do this week. But one punt was blocked, one was tipped, and it's debatable whether it was tipped, but they called it tipped. But regardless, there's a guy there. We can't have that guy there. It should have been blocked. So obviously a big play. Like I said, our defense limited the damage. They got the ball inside the 15, and we held them 3 and out and forced a field goal, which was huge. But we can't have those errors on ST. Then offense, we got out physical inside and out. It didn't matter run game or pass game. We were out physical, whether we were running routes, whether we were blocking them, whether we were protecting. Army's defense was really the story of they physically, and they do a lot of different things, and stress you mentally. But at the end of the day, they got off blocks. They rushed the quarterback. They covered us when they had to cover. So we didn't get enough done offensively in a low-scoring tight game. We need another score or 2. Really, probably what we need is 1 more score and 1 more stop on defense. So hard-fought game. Proud of our effort. We got to be more physical inside and outside on offense. And obviously, defensively, there's nothing carrying forward to that game. Now you're back to running more of your normal calls that you normally run. So moving on to Central, obviously, conference season starts. They're a really good football team. They're really, really explosive on offense. They've run the ball tremendously so far this year. They got a slew of tailbacks, but they're starting tailbacks, big, strong, athletic. They've played 2 quarterbacks. They both are more than capable of making plays. Sullivan, Pimbleton, and their castaway. They got other wideouts that can play too. That hurt us in 19 and can hurt us. Their receiving core is as talented as there is in the MAC. Defensively, they got the front 7 is twitchy, big, athletic, gets after you. They got athletic guys on the back end. So they're a really, really good MAC football team. They're, like I'll say it probably most weeks, they're as good as anybody else in this league. They got high-end talent. They got a lot of, just like us, they got a lot of kids off that 19 championship game that when they played us back that played in that game, just like they're watching our tape and seeing a lot of familiar faces from the 19 championship game. We're watching their tape and seeing that guy played. And so there's a lot of carryover. They do a great job offensively, structurally, of just, finding different ways to run the ball out of different looks and stress you different ways, even though it may be similar run plays. And then they do a lot of different things in the pass game, lots of different routes, lots of different combinations. They do a really good job of pushing the ball down the field and making big plays. which was they were incredible at in 19. It just the big play tape going into that game. So they're really talented. They're physically really gifted. They're really well coached. It'll be a great challenge. Like, we're to the point of the year, like we say it every year. We're good enough to win every game left on our schedule. We're good enough to lose every game left on our schedule. And we have a lot of stuff to continue to clean up and improve on. And we've got a great challenge. And again, you get this one. It's every game is huge in this league, and obviously the games on your side are doubly important because they count for a win and a loss. But every win you get you one step closer to where you want to be.
You're starting out conference play here. There's been a lot of, shall we say, surprising scores so far. Is this something of a testament to the parity in the conference, and maybe a chuckle at the preseason polls or whatever?
Yeah, no, there's top to bottom every year this league. There's not a lot of separation. I mean, it's the way it's been my 7 years in this league, and it's the way it's been pretty much forever. And anybody can beat anybody on any given week. A guy gets injured, a guy gets it. Like, the game's that close. It's going to hinge on a play or two in the fourth quarter. And again, there'll be some blowouts in the league, but that won't mean nothing for the next week. The next week, it'll be an even slate again. So there'll be a lot of close games like there always are in this league. There'll be a lot of games going down the wire like there always this week. You got to keep playing. You got to weather the good plays. You got to weather the bad plays. And you just got to keep playing through everything. And find a way like we did in 19. We won a bunch of close games in 19 and right down the MAC championship game. And that's just the norm. And that wasn't Miami at night. You look around the league, there's tons and tons of close games. And one week the team plays really good, the next week they don't play as good. And it's always tough to win on the road in this league, like every other league, but particularly when you have parity in your league, winning on the road is even harder because being at home is a nice advantage. So the nice thing with 8 games left, we got 4 home and 4 road. We're through 3 road games. So having 7 road, 5 home, we're past that because now we're even Steven for the rest of the way. So we got as many home games as road games like everybody else.
With the non-conference season out of the way now, what do you know about your team that you didn't know at the beginning of the season?
I don't think a ton. I think with who we had a pretty good feel. We're still waiting to get some guys back from injury, which getting Homer Bester and Tyree. We're hopeful to get them back this week. We're hopeful to maybe get Anthony Collier back this week. I would say that, our young group of running backs probably, I thought they were talented, but I think there's some guys that can really do some things to help us there. But the rest of it, I don't know, we got a pretty good handle. We knew we were going to be young up front offensively. We knew it was going to be choppy at times up front. We're getting better. We had kind of been taking steps forward the first 3 weeks. Last week probably wasn't a step forward. Last week we didn't have a great game anywhere on offense, not just up front. But we got to keep plowing away and get better every week because we're young and we're getting experience as we play. So the other big thing this week, I thought the first week the student section was incredible. There's a bunch of them. They were loud. I know there's even more tickets sold for this weekend already, or double the tickets sold. But just we don't get many of these opportunities. It's a big deal to get those students out to the games. It's a big deal to get all our Miami fans out to the game. And again, it's hard when you don't have a lot of home games early, when it's nice and it's early in the year, and then it's but this is our early season for home. This is our second home game. I know we're in week 5, but we need all the support, and we appreciate all the support, and we appreciated all the noise the first week. There was a lot of noise coming out of our student section, and I know it wasn't the biggest opponent on the schedule, but obviously now any time now it's going to be a huge battle and a game that's vitally important. So this should be a great weekend. It should be a great football game. There should be 2 really good MAC teams on the field, and it should be a knockdown dragout.
How anxious are you to get the running game going and get your guys back in there? I know it had to be tough running against Army last week because they spend all day and all night defending runs. So how what do you think the prospects are going forward to
Yeah,
get
no,
that?
we have to get a running game going. We have to be able to have some balance in our offense. We have to be more efficient, more productive in the run game, and that's if we're going to have success, that's imperative. So that's a huge point that you bring up, that we got to get a run game going to complement our pass game, and vice versa. We haven't been efficient in either area up to this point to the level we know we need to be successful, and we're going to keep plugging away till we get there.